motherfucker gonna hear the news. Shane's back and he ain't got the blues. Shane D, talking some fun. Hard rockin' news, hard rockin' fun. Hey motherfucker, have you heard the news? Jive Talkin's back and I got the blues. Bobby Cannon really likes the rap, so here it goes. Just one more time with a slap. Jive Talkin news. Shit, oh boy. Good times. Welcome back, one and all. How you doing? How's your week? How's your day? How's your life? How's the kids? How's the wife? How's the dog, the hog, and the frog? How's the flower bed doing out there, huh? How's life treating you? I hope it is good. I hope it's well. We are back with some Jive Talkin. This is episode 55. And we got some hard rockin' stuff to get to here. I thank you all so much for tuning in each and every time. You can listen to it on Spotify, and some of you have. And you can also watch the video along with this on YouTube. And I encourage you to do either, because now that I think about it, Spotify has the video version too. So you get on Spotify, you can watch the video just like I'm Joe Rogan. And I've got your comments and everything ready to go. You see this frumpy dump. This is Blackie Lawless. And he says, Lemmy was a very complex individual. Now, when I saw this, something in my brain kind of went, didn't they tour together and it went horribly bad? And so he's been doing these since the 40th anniversary tour has been happening with Wasp. Blackie Lawless has been sitting down and doing a meet and greet VIP question and answer. And he's been pretty candid about it. He talked about them using backing tracks. I think that was this guy Sinkin' Stanley. And he keeps up on all the lip syncing that's going on in rock and roll too. And he asked the question, do you use it? He says, do you want to know the answer? Yes, we're using backing tracks. But he's got something to say about Lemmy, and so I wanted to just read a bit of this and see what he had to say about it. During a VIP experience question and answer session before Wasp's November 26th concert at the Plaza Live in Orlando, Florida, frontman Blackie Lawless was asked for his memories of the late Motorhead legendary Ian Lemmy Kilmister. He said, "He was a very complex individual. He was a human, like anybody else, but he had moments of real insecurity. And I won't go into detail because it wouldn't be fair to him. But I knew him well, and we had some fun times together. But like anybody else, I mean, there was a very public squabble that happened between us back in the 90s. That was nothing." He was erroneously, how do you say that word? He was enormously complex, Blackie reiterated. I think all artists are, to some degree. Some more than others, and I would put him in the some more than others category. There's the others and then some more than others categories, and that's where I'd put him. The image you saw of him and the man was two different things. Not that he was living a lie, because he wasn't. What you saw is what you got, but you didn't see everything of who he was. I'll tell you a funny story about Lemmy. The last show that we did together was about 2 years before he passed. We were in Romania. We were playing this festival, and it was just ungodly hot. I had, a dab rag with me and such. Somebody said, because they measure everything in Celsius. I got that word. That one was spooking me for a minute there, Celsius. But they tried to figure out what it was in Fahrenheit. It was about 105 degrees. And I knew, because we had been on a plane together, him and I, the day before, and I knew he was not doing well, so I was concerned about him. I got his feet up, and I got some ice packs for his thighs and legs. So when I got off the stage, they were going right after us. And I kind of dragged myself in his dressing room, and I said, listen, you have got to make sure you stay hydrated today. Yeah, Lemmy's drinking whiskeys. You think that guy's walking out there with a bottle of water? I said, It is unbelievably hot out there. It's getting hot out there. You've got to make sure you have eaten Reese's peanut butter cups. What? Which may not sound like a big deal to you guys, but they do sell Reese's peanut butter cups in Romania. Yeah, full of blood, Dracula blood. So where he got it, I don't know. I asked him, where did you get your Reese's? He says, I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you nothing. He's got a glass half of Jack and Coke. I told you. And it's got ice in it. That's called On the Rocks. Or is it just it's a Jack and Coke on ice. You want it cold. And he holds up his glass to me and he goes, I intend to stay hydrated, mate. I have me ice cubes in this glass and I threw me hands up. Oh, this is Blackie. And I threw my hands up in the air and I said, Bop-a-da-bee-dee. What am I wasting my breath for, Mr. Lemmy? I go, I'm telling you, you've got to stay. And I turned around and walked out. Huh. It's a great story. So there you have that. Let's see. What does it say? Let's get into the story, but I want to read a little bit of this. Back in 2006, Lemmy reflected on Motorhead's legendary 1997 tour with Wasp, which resulted in Motorhead quitting the Trek after butting heads with Lawless. Asking to offer his version of the events that led to Motorhead's departure from the tour, Lemmy said, we went on tour. It was supposed to be a co-headlining, but he, Blackie, was actually closing the show because he made such a fucking mess of the place, right? Because he'd kill fake pigs and fake swords, and he'd cut pillows up and threw feathers all over the stage. I thought he didn't do that since the very first record. That's what he's selling 40th anniversary on. It's the first time since the very first time they toured. So by the time he finished with it, it wasn't fit to piss in, and I wasn't going to play on it. So he closed the show every night, and I just don't know what it is with Blackie. I've known him for 20 years, and he was walking the first 5 years right past us onto the stage. No, 5 years? Not a hello, nothing. Well, but Lemmy, he's cared about your being hydrated, though. He's trying to show that he's changed a little bit. Anyways, I think we're done with this, right? I just don't know what it is about Blackie. I've known him for 20 years, and he was walking the first 5 years right past us and onto the stage. Not a hello, nothing, not acknowledging us. And he's still got his cellulite old ass hanging out of his chaps. And he's got this mic stand with handlebars, the Blackie Lawless complete workout. And at one gig, we had to share a dressing room. Well, there was only one dressing room, so we said, okay, we'll go on then. We'll pack up real quick and get out, and then you can use it. And we came back off stage soaking wet to find out all our clothes were thrown in the hallway. Blackie, that's a real jerky thing to do. I could imagine Blackie Lawless picking up a big thing of Lemmy's, leather vests and shit and throwing it. Get this out of here. And we came back off stage, and finally it was thrown in the hallway. Clothes were thrown in the hallway. So at that point, we said, fuck you. We walked off the tour. There was always 2 hours. There was always 2 hours before first band and us. There would be an hour and a half before they go on because he had this cheap crew that didn't know what they were doing. Is Lemmy telling the truth? Next story here. Let's get into it. Bret Michael's guitarist, Pete Evek, he calls Phil Anselmo a douchebag. I couldn't imagine why. Why would you ever say anything like that about Phil Anselmo? I'm hoping that Bret Michael's guitarist, Pete Evek, tells us why he's a big D-bag. During an appearance on the latest episode of the Bay Ragney Show, Pete Evek, who is best known as Bret Michael's music director and guitar player for the last 19 years, was asked to weigh in on Pantera's recent comeback. Surviving members Rex Brown bass, Phil Anselmo vocals, joined by Zakk Wylde of Ozzy Osbourne and the Black Label Society and drummer Charlie Benante of SOD. According to Billboard, the new lineup has been given a green light by the estate of Pantera founder drummer Vin. Okay, we know this, right? Pete said, I think Phil's a douche. I think Phil's a douchebag. And Vinny was my friend, not an acquaintance. Vinny was my friend. He was my friend, you son of a bitch. Pointing at a Dean guitar which is hanging on his wall. Oh. Pete continued, Vinny and Dean guitars gave that to me. It's the 10th anniversary of Dime's Death Model guitar. They gave it to all the Dean players. I've been a Dean guy for 20 years now. Vinny was great. And Vinny was a great producer. He understood the studio, and me and him were friends. Not acquaintances, friends. He was great to my son. Circling back to the new Pantera lineup, Pete said, I think that the world deserves to celebrate the music. I believe that the only guitarist that should be allowed to do it is Zachary Wilde. Charlie Benante, maybe it could have been Mike Portnoy. Maybe it could have been Mickey D. I think Mickey D would have thrown too much flash on it. There's a handful of people. Charlie's great for it. I'm glad that people are going to hear it because Pantera stuff was, I remember when I was a kid, I was young enough that when I heard Van Halen for the first time, I wasn't blown away. As I got older and learned, friends of mine that were maybe 10 years older than me told me the stories of hearing Van Halen and going, holy fuck! That doesn't even sound like a guitar. But I was born in 1972. I was playing guitar by 1978. So you were 6 when you started, and I was only 6 years old when I started. And by 7 years old, I was already as good as Zachary Wilde. No, I was already exposed to Van Halen, so I was too young. It was just another great band. My ears were so fresh, so young, so supple, so soft, and so sweet. So I loved it. And for the day I heard it, to this day, they're my favorite band. Pantera or Van Halen? But I didn't understand the intensity of how hard it was because I started with it at 7 years old. I wanted to know how to play Eruption, so I never experienced the whole thing of it. I already played guitar. Okay, we know. So I didn't have to relearn how to play guitar. That was the most people had to do with Van Halen. We relearn everything they knew. I never experienced that with Eddie Van Halen, but I experienced it with Pantera. Pantera is the only thing I've ever heard in my life that I went, I don't fucking know how to do that. But I'm going to learn. Don't get me wrong, I love Steve Vai. What about Joe Satriani? You love him? What, does he chop liver to you? And I can't play like Steve Vai. You can't play like Joe Satriani either. But when I heard it, I knew what he's doing. I go, oh, I know what's happening. I can figure that out. If I really want to sit down and figure it out, you bet your bottom dollar I can figure it out. When I heard Pantera for the first time, I went, what the fuck is that? How do you even make that sound with the guitar? Which has to be what all of them felt about Van Halen. I'm pretty sure. So I respect that Dimebag did what Dimebag did and what they did as a team, Pete continued. Just like Alex Van Halen and Eddie. Yeah, where's the... Phil's a jerk, right? The chemistry between the two of them, and it was the same exact thing for a different generation. It's good that the world's going to see the music, but I think Phil's a douche. Pete repeated it, and I hope he does it right. That's all I can say, is I hope he does it right, because I don't know if douchebags can do anything right. Asked for his thoughts on Rex, Pete said, I don't give one shit about that guy. Ha 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 ha, he laughed. I don't know him. I don't not know him. I know he's the bass player. Me and Vinny never once had a conversation about the guy. I don't know anything about him personally. I don't know that he did anything on bass that was mind-blowing. Maybe he did. I don't know. Well, you said they were your favorite band, the Pantera, and that you knew all of it. And you could, you didn't think the bass, you didn't know anything about Rex? I don't know that he did anything on the bass that was mind-blowing, but He did. I don't know. So I don't have an opinion. But I'm glad that there's multiple living members of the band. I think that I like it better that he's there. I think if it was just Phil, I might be a lot more angry about it. So there you have that. Hey, a little more Bret Michael's news here. Isn't that fun? This is what I'm talking about, people, the publishing. You can rock those songs forever, but the record company owns your records. And if you don't own those, they're pimping it out. They're putting it in commercials. They're making all the money. You're getting a tiny bit. Well, Bret Michael says Poison retaining its publishing rights turned out to be the biggest gem. And it really, I gave him something to believe in, like the Lord above. Sorry. Poison frontman Bret Michael stopped by Sirius XM's Hair Nation, Channel 39, recently to do a chat with host Tommy London. See, from London? About his summer 2023 Party Grass tour plans. Oh, yeah, I read that. He's going to do a tour. The off-season of Poison. During the in-depth conversation, Bret shared stories about how much music was his salvation during a crazy time in his life, helping him through his parents' divorce and living as a teen with type 1 diabetes. He also told Tommy about Poison's early days, how one of their first touring vehicles was actually an ambulance. That was Korn's too, wasn't it? Didn't Korn have an ambulance for the first tour? How the band routinely snuck around Los Angeles late at night to hang flyers for their shows, and how they funded their first album themselves. And Bret revealed that Poison made a business decision early on that turned out to be the gem for them. They retained control of their publishing. Brilliant. So off that first record, look what the cat dragged in. I hope that's where that's going, because that was the biggest record they had. It was a hustle, Bret said to Poison's early drive to find success. There isn't thing inside you that you find. There is so many talented bands. You know, what stops a lot of people, I call it the wall. You hit the wall or that door. And every time we hit a door or a wall, we either climb over it, punch our way through it like Bruce Lee, kick the door open, and you find a way. It was never exactly like you wanted it to be, but you found a way to get it done. And something to believe in. Like raising the money, convincing people we're going to have a hit record. We had to believe it before they were going to believe it. I always told people, anybody, no matter what it is you want to do in life, bet on yourself. I like it. This is great. Yes, I agree 100%. I have to bet on me before anyone else is going to bet. So what happened is we go to do this album. Look what the cat dragged in. You might have heard of it. And we had hit so many walls that we just decided we were going to make this happen. One of the biggest blessings that came from that is we held all of our publishing. I didn't know that was the gem. We had been offered these really small offers and we were like, we're already poor, man. Let's just stay here and just hold on to controlling our career and go back to this now. That ended up being the biggest gem for Poison, is we kept all the publishing and just did an administrational deal. Okay, I would like to see numbers. And there's a something to believe in. A little image of him. He's got the smile and the heavy metal horns. Is it something to believe in? Yay. What was that? A set of buns there I just saw in that ad? Jeez. Come on. What's going on with these crazy commercials? Yes, indeed. So there we have that. Hey, John Corabi, he's doubling down. Remember when last time around we were talking about how John Corabi was saying that Mick Mars was being held hostage in some kind of a crate somewhere or something? Or maybe he was just saying that Mick Mars wasn't going to be in the touring band. He thinks that those Motley Crue guys told him, you're done. I don't think it was him. But he says he's doubling down. It says, you can read it right here. It says, John Corabi doubles down on his Mick Mars retirement, quote-unquote retirement comments. Until I hear it from him, I don't buy any of it. In a new interview with Backstage Pass Rock News, ex-Motley Crue frontman John Corabi, who joined the band in 1992 as the replacement for original singer Vince Neil, spoke about his current relationship with his former bandmates. He said, now let me tell you something. I am close to guitarist Mick Mars, and I do occasionally talk to him with the drummer Tommy Lee via the internet, with one of those web chats. You get in there and you chat on the web, and me and Tommy do that from time to time. He'll comment on a picture. He'll comment on something. I'm even fine with Vince. If Vince walked in here right now, I'd give him a hug and a kiss, and we'd sit down and have a drink together. That would be fine. Nikki Sixx and Motley Crue, really? And I know I'm opening a can, because Blabbermouth's going to get a hold of this. They always do. But Nikki, for some weird reason, he did some interviews like 5, 6, 7 years ago. And he just sat there and just out of the blue just started saying that the record I made with Motley Crue sucked. And it couldn't write. And I couldn't write. And it was a horrible experience working with me. That son of a bitch. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care. I've seen Nikki a few times. We saw each other at Loud Park Festival in Japan when I was with the Dead Daisies. That's a good band. It's better with Glenn Hughes. Can put that in the comments. And just chooses to not say hi. I mean, he literally just chose not to say hi to me. If he wanted to be the way he wants to be, I don't care. Okay, fine. If you want to talk to me, I don't care. If you don't want to talk to me, I don't care. We're fine. Whatever. It is what it is. People ask me the question I've tried saying, next question. But then I come off looking like it was one of those situations where I can't win. If you were to say, hey, can I ask you something about Motley Crue? And I say, no, next question. I look like an asshole to your viewers for not answering the question. And if I do answer the question, I guarantee you this whole thing is going to be on the fucking motherfucking blabbermouth, man, in 2 days, or even less than 2 days. And then the comments below will be like, man, doesn't that guy have anything else to talk about? I am just answering questions. Actually, no, the comments won't say that. It's all spam. Go on, ask me how I make $80,000 a year. Watch this. We'll get down here to the comments. Whoa. Are you kidding me? This is the first time I've seen all comments. Usually down here in these comments, it's all, hey, want to get paid $80,000 for doing nothing? The statement read, Mick Mars, co-founder, okay, let's see, John 5. Oh. We will carry Mick's wishes and continue to tour the world. This is the statement from Motley Crue in 2023. No doubt it will take an absolute outstanding musician to fill Mick's shoes. So we are grateful that our good friend John 5 has agreed to come on board and join us moving forward. Where is the statement from Corabi? Guys, should I keep going with this? I can't find where. He's blathering on about how he was in Motley Crue and how. Let's see. Let's just see here, okay? Corabi clarified. Now, this is all theory. I know about as much as you guys do, but personally, I don't believe a word of that statement at all. Mars said that he was retiring from touring because of his long struggles with degenerative disease, ankylosing spondylitis. I can't say it again. Ankylosing spondylitis is a type of arthritis that causes... Why do they name shit like that? Why does it have to be that? Every kind of hospital term they come in and say, well, I'm sorry, sir, you've got ankylosing spondylitis. And you go, well, what the fuck does that mean? Right? They always name it all this. Is it just some kind of science terms? Arthritis causes inflammation in the spine joints and ligaments and can lead to stiffness over time, according to the National Institute of Arthritis and Musculoskeletal and skin disease. 71-year-old Mars, whose real name is Robert Allen Deal, served as Motley Crue's lead guitarist since the band's inception in 1981. We're over this. Off topic, though. Have you ever seen the band that Mick Mars is in before he's in? You can look this up on YouTube. The drummer is literally got his drum set on a mechanical thing. This is Mick Mars' band. He's a younger man, probably 40. And he's playing with this band, and the drummer is literally doing a drum solo, and this thing is on this tiny little stage, looks like at a state fair. So Tommy Lee wasn't even the first one to do that in a Mick Mars band. Look that shit up. It'll drive you crazy. The drummer it's like some kind of mechanical thing. We got one more story here, then we get into your comments. KK Downing's KK's Priest announces their first concert. This little fella here, he got so juiced after that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where he was completely happy, content, rocking out with his whole heart. He didn't seem nervous, and he didn't seem out of his depth. Now he says, you know what? That fueled the fire in my tank, and it's time to rock, guys. And of course, that's Justin... God, I always remember his name. Well, Ripper Owens. Let's get into this. See, former Judas Priest guitarist KK Downing's new band, KK's Priest, will co-headline next year's edition of Alcatraz Open Air, Hard Rock and Heavy Metal Festival. Great! Set to take place August 11th through the 13th, 2023 in Kortrijk, Belgium. Downing announced the group's appearance at the event via a video message. We're going to watch it. Posted to his social media early today. He's very, hello guys, it's me, KK. He also promised that there would be lots more gigs coming your way. Downing is joined with KK's Priest by Judas Priest singer Tim Ripper Owens. I always remember Tim. Alongside guitarist AJ Mills from the band Hostile, bassist Tony Newton from Voodoo 6, and drummer Sean Elg from Death Riders and Cage. Let's see his statement. Let's see if they've got it pinned here. Hello, guys. It's me, KK.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's KK here. We're in the UK. It's freezing cold.
Huh?
And it's that time of year again. It's all about the tree.
You're taller than your bleating bloody Christmas tree.
Yeah, so actually, Yari has just flown all the way over here from Finland, and we're hanging out.
Yuri is 69 Eyes.
Beer on the go, ready for the festive season. But tonight we're off to see a gig. We're going to see the Dead Daisies at the Steel Mill. It's going to be awesome.
Oh!
So we're going to hook up and say a big hi to Glenn and Doug and the lads.
Yeah.
And, that's going to be great. But anyway, lots of things happening. Christmas is just around the corner, and you all know it. So it's time.
I do not know it.
Cheer up, be merry, and look forward to a fantastic.
How many days till Christmas, KK?
Because the band has just confirmed headlining a cool festival, Alcatraz Festival in August in Belgium. So KK's Priest going to be headlining. That's going to be absolutely awesome. But obviously, there's going to be lots more gigs coming your way. So
playing
near you. Have a great Christmas and New Year, and keep metal alive.
His wife said, KK, me dear, we've only got a few more seconds left before the video. So he said, hey, and get out there and do it, okay, guys? Get out there and do it. He was taller than that dang Christmas tree. Isn't that fun? But he's just a thoughtful fella. That guy's not some kind of a monster. You guys want to, that damn lady from Judas Priest, Judas Priest manager, she wanted to say things about him. And again, guys, it's turned right back to this horse shit. I don't know what the problem is with that, but it's got the at things again. But we're getting into your comments. That's right, your comments, the most important part of this. And you got Adra, the Metal Outlaw, up first. My God, man. Okay, here we go. Good jive session. Sorry for the long reply last time. I'll downsize. Ha ha. Well, you have downsized. I will technically say that. Rob Dime topic. Okay, I like this that he's kind of laying that out for me because I'm a dum-dum. Rob Dime topic. I honestly wouldn't ask for anything back from Rob For me, Rob has given me a lot already with Machine Head, his live shows, and being with his fans on Twitch. So I would just be satisfied that I was able to make a fellow metalhead happy again by reuniting him and his guitars. Yeah. You know, but it would be nice to get a little money out of it, right? She did buy that storage unit. I mean, that's what you do. You buy the storage unit so you can sell the stuff. So what I would have done to Rob is I would have had the, "Is this Rob Flynn? I have your guitars. Meet me in the park at midnight." You know, something like that. "Leave a stack of cash by the tree," you know. But, you know, Tobias Fjork, singer, Ghost. I give Tobias props on his musicianship. However, I have yet dove enough into the Tobias Ghost catalog enough to legitly have a thought on Tobias doing some death metal. Maybe I can see him. The band was called, he was in a death metal band, and it started with a R, and it was something like, it wasn't Repulsion, but it was something like that. And it was before Ghost. But anyway, sorry, I digress. Tobias doing some death metal. Maybe I can see him doing some blackened death metal stuff. Maybe like Archgoat. Okay. Danny Carey. I do remember this story. Can't say I was shocked or not, as I never met Danny in person. All I know is that he is a phenomenal drummer, and he is. The interviews I have seen, he was like an all right fella. But we are all human, and we all have our moments. Maybe that incident was just one of those moments he got triggered. Are you saying it was just one of those days when you don't want to wake up, everybody's oohs and everybody sucks? You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off? I mean, that's true. Everyone has those days. I have them constantly, especially with the people at work. Blood fills my eyes, and I wish bad things of them. But then I let it all out, and then I breathe deep, and I go on about my day. On the Pantera reunion, I admit I was one of the iffy ones when it came to doing this memorial tour. However, seeing what I did live so far, the gigs are looking and sounding pretty damn saucy. 333. What does that mean? Is like 66, half a 666? You're not going to give them a full 666? There's your heart. Dr. Funkenstein, a.k.a. I know it's him because of the avatar. Good for Rob getting that guitar back. Pantera tour should be called A Celebration of Pantera. That's not bad. I'm not seeing Motley Crue live because it's not live. Very good. Very succinct. White Bread coming in with this one. He says, the whole Pantera reunion tribute thing is controversial, and I'm going to treat it as if I'm looking at a menu when ordering dinner. I'm going with the first gut instinct. A burger sounds good, but my tummy wants enchiladas. The way Zach and Charlie spin the thing sounds good, but my heart does not like it. I'm staying home. Sorry, Charlie. And, of course, give yourself a Diet Coke if you know where Sorry, Charlie comes from, because that would be the Starkist Tuna commercials from 1979. There's your heart, my friend. Ryan Wade coming in. I understand the angle of it being disrespectful to label the Pantera tour a reunion. That's what that video I've got says. But with half the original band still there, you can't really call it a tribute either. Thank you. We keep the title the same? Maybe it should just be called the Pantera Situation. That's what it's fucking going to be called. Thank you. Unless other people, we'll look at the other ones too. But I'm loving Pantera Situation. If Tommy Lee's sex tape with Vince Neil for just 2 years ago was uncovered, no doubt it would get double the views as the Tommy Pam tape. Whenever you mention Motley Crue or Vince Neil, I can't help but shed a tear thinking of that car accident and the tragic loss of Skeeter McGee. Yeah, what was his name? I hate to be rude like that, because Hanoi rocks, they rock. Still Ryan here, and speaking of sex tapes, you should consider leaking your own. No, you don't want to see that. You already have the theme song, Making Love to the Heavy Metal News. Yeah. It's true. You don't want to see that, please. Which I imagine to be actually porking the news itself. And that's what I do. Every episode is just, sexually charged with me just poking that hard rock news. Possible title, Jive Talkin with Shane D. No doubt you'd be catapulted into stardom and be offered your own reality show. The women have Kardashians, and now we men have some. We men have you. Fantastic! You're getting a freaking heart for that. We got a new guy here, and I'm loving the name Chudhole. I don't know what his name is, but Chudhole is fantastic. Cannibal? Can I call you cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller hole? I'm blocking out the Danny Carey Cops video in my head because he sounds so disappointing in it. And unfortunately, our drunk selves are often kind of who we really are. I agree. That's a good way to find out if you really want to hang out with someone, too. Go to a bar for an hour or two with someone, then you start to go, ugh, okay, this mental note, never go here again with you. There's a heart for you, Chudhole. Oh, we got Bobby Simpson coming in here. And I just know the avatar so well, Bowie MB. That don't mean nothing to me. Great opener, you should record them. That's what I'm doing here, but video recording. These are not comments you are looking for. Move along. Come on, people. Keep your sticky fingers to yourself. Sweet looking guitar. Death Metal Ghost would be so much better, but that's just my opinion. Also, I'm wearing a Ghost shirt too. This doesn't offend me. I understand that they are very hit and miss. Either you like them or you don't, because they have went from kind of a creepy Blue Oyster Cult, like a hard metal band with a kind of a Blue Oyster Culty kind of a vibe undertone to it, to basically pop hard rock. But that was the plan. He wants to be big. He wants to do Rammstein's shows in stadiums. You don't do that playing death metal, right? You don't do it playing metal. But that's just you do it if you're Metallica and Guns N' Roses and Coldplay and Foo Fighters. But that's just my opinion. Also, my opinion, Ghost will never be as big as Rammstein. Don't care what you think, but it's not a Pantera reunion unless they play music from the first 4 albums. They are, though, aren't they? Oh, you're talking about the albums that shall not be named? Yeah, I'd go to the Crew Leopard Cooper concert. No shame. Yeah, I'd love to see. I've never seen Def Leppard live, and I've never seen Alice Cooper. I have to see him soon. And I've seen the last time I saw Motley Crue was Theater of Pain. I saw him on Shout at the Devil and Theater of Pain, and that was a long time ago. It was many moons ago. Time for reindeer jokes. And this is perfectly good because we're really close to the holiday and Christmas seasons. And we did Santa's last week. What do reindeer say before telling a joke? This one will slay you. Why is a reindeer like a gossip? Because they are both tale bearers. Oh. Why do reindeer wear fur coats? Because they would look silly in plastic Max. What is that? What is a plastic Max? Why do you make a slow reindeer fast? How do you make a slow reindeer fast? You don't feed it. It's true. I'm losing lbs, and I feel like I can move a little better. Why did the reindeer wear black boots? Because his brown boots were all muddy. How long should a reindeer's legs be? Just long enough to reach the ground. Oh, that one's good. Why did the reindeer wear sunglasses at the beach? Because he didn't want to be recognized. Well, maybe Randolph. Which reindeer have the shortest legs? The smallest ones. I mean, that's more of a Bill Nye and the Science Guy type of situation there with this one. Where do you find reindeer? It depends on where you leave them. Last one, guys. What do reindeer have that no other animals have? Baby reindeer. And that's true. You're getting a heart, you're getting a thumb for effort. James Tate here. There is an alternative country band named Cross Canadian Ragweed that has a song called Dimebag. You can check out. They also do a mean cover of the Nugent classic Stranglehold. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Ted Nugent jam. And that's not him singing either, right? Put that in the comments. I think we've discussed this before. Anything that he's not singing on, I like. Miss Althea coming in where the dumbstruck fool says, I officially deem the fans of this segment JTMF, or the JTMFers, which sounded better to you. Which sounds better to y'all? The JTMFers. I'm down for that. The Jive Talkin motherfucker. Yeah, JTMFers. I would also love to see you team up with Wayne Brady on a greatest hits game segment on Whose Line Is It Anyways. I loved that show. Greg Proops. I thought he was funny, and I thought the other dude that was going bald was really funny too. And Wayne Brady, he was good. He had a little bit of that young man spunk, you know. Not to take away from the guitar reunion and the giving back of the stolen goods, but I honestly could not get past the chick looking a little too much like Vinnie Vincent. Oh my God, now I got to go look again. Or maybe a Vinnie Vincent guy in non-makeup, Lick It Up era Kiss tribute band. Do any of those exist, by the way? Non-makeup Kiss, yeah, that'd be a rough one. I would be curious about that too. I don't think that just doesn't fly, right? You can't do a no-makeup Kiss reunion because none of these jerks would look like them. I'm sorry, they're not jerks. There's some pretty damn good bands out there. In fact, I think Kiss is going to hire or either put together a Kiss tribute, and they're going to get paid pennies on the dollar to go out and tour as Kiss. But they'll say, we'll give you all of our stuff, all of our guitars, all of our outfits, even Gene Simmons' stinky underpants, all of it. You can wear it all, but we're getting all the money for it too. Rock stars acting like bratty school kids and getting into airport fights, really? Bowl me over with a feather. You see, she says bowl me over with a feather, but I think she was saying blow me over with a feather. Alice Cooper is a legend. We all know this, but Jeezy P, does he really have to get back on the Motley Crue train? It is bad enough. What's the Motley Crue train? It is bad enough Def Leppard still has a boxcar on that line. Oh, God. I am wondering if Alice felt compelled. I know he's opening, too, isn't he? Isn't he opening the whole thing? It better not be Motley Crue or Def Leppard. Headlining, right? And he's going to open. I'm wondering if Alice felt compelled to do it because his audience have waned since Nita left. Really? I don't know. It would be hilarious if Mike B filmed his own micro mini episodes for you to edit in that look like a classic go-go lounge cocktail party segment on Laugh-In. And he could pop his head out of each hole. Set up go build that set, Mike, and I'll gladly put that segment, cut it in. But you got to go build the Laugh-In thing, and you got to have the little circle so you can pop your head out. But you got to move for every joke into another hole. Let's see. I'll finish this again. It would be hilarious if Mike B filmed his own micro mini episodes to be edited into the classic Go-Go Lounge cocktail party segment on Laugh-In. They were rife with one-liners and zingers, which Mike's jokes are reminiscent of. Sock it to me. That's what they used to always say. Sock it to me. And that was way before my time, you guys. But come on. You got to know all that stuff. Laugh-In and Smothers Brothers and we could go down a rabbit hole. Bewitched. I loved Gilligan's Island. All of that stuff. Mike Stelzer coming in. Charlie Benante sounded a lot like Joey Donuts. Yeah, that's right. From the Helix Good to the Last Drop reaction. Well, to be fair, Helix have a song called Good to the Last Drop. We did a reaction for it, but I appreciate that Mike here, he doesn't care about that. He cares about it that it's the Helix Good to the Last Drop reaction. Probably my favorite video. Well, thank you, Mike. He's got more here. I don't know what WTF happened, but several of my comments on the last couple Jive Talkins are missing. Yeah, I can't explain that either unless there was a link put in there or there was a lot of swearing of some sort. I don't think that you were, really taking it blue, taking it right down into the gutter, but it usually grabs that stuff. Wolfgang Puck meeting, I had a fucking Crisby. Okay, see, you said fucking right there. Wolfgang Puck meeting, I had a fucking Crisby ass schnitzel big as a steering wheel, as big as a steering wheel with creamy dill cucumber salad and some roasted baby taters, all diff colors. Really? Is that a Wolfgang Puck? Do you go in there and say, hey, give me the fucking schnitzel with the one that's the size of a steering wheel with the creamy dill cucumber salad and some roasted baby taters? I want all different colors on there. Now, Buchanan's Xmas jokes had me rolling. There you go. Fa la 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 la. Yes, indeedy, my friends. Are we going to have one more of these before the holiday season splooges all over us? Before the angry shoppers get out there and do their stuff? Do their shopping stuff? No! We're gonna hit it with this one again, baby. Yeah! Jive Talkin with Shane D. Get your motherfucking heavy metal news for me. We're gonna take you downtown, gonna take you uptown, gonna take you all over, gonna take you to country town, Brown Town. Jive Talkin with the Shane D. Get your motherfucking heavy metal news for free. Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you want some more? Well, come on, next week we're gonna hit the dough, yeah? Baby, come on, baby, motherfucking baby, come on, baby, motherfucking baby, let's jive.